can't block. You can't block. You can't block an elevator. Mr. Neely, what's your name?
Do you have anything to say, Mr. Neely?
I do not.
What did the council tell you?
You're blocking the doors now.
Extraordinary.
I'm wondering if those assertions that your wife took travels with you, is that true?
I have no comment.
Are you coming back?
I have no comment.
He's not commenting, gentlemen.
You're going to be at the next hearing for the next 2 days?
I have no comment.
Any of these accusations true, Mr. Neely?
Going down.
Next.
Pardon me. I'm just trying to escort you out of the building. Excuse me. Thank you.
Thanks. I'm not running.
Our Washington watchdog on patrol. We have new video to show you. It sparked outrage today and shows those government workers who traveled to Las Vegas and spent money on mind readers and party clowns, all with taxpayers footing the very big bill. Here's ABC's Jake Tapper.
This video, uncovered today, shows a federal government employee dreaming about someday being a free-spending commissioner of his agency. Part of a talent contest, the employee wraps his vision of being a commissioner dispensing cash bonuses to his fellow bureaucrats.
Donate my vacation, love to the nation. I'll never be under OIG investigation.
Never be under OIG investigation, he raps. But the video has emerged in the context of an OIG investigation, Office of Inspector General, one that this week cost the job of the actual head of that agency, the General Services Administration, or GSA. The president asked her to resign because GSA in 2010 held a boondoggle $823,000 conference at the M Resort outside Las Vegas, one that included $3,200 spent on a mind reader / motivational speaker.
What's the name of the animal that passed away?
And $6,300 for coins and velvet boxes. GSA, by the way, is tasked in part with helping the federal government keep its costs down.
The president was outraged by the excessive spending, questionable dealings with contractors, and disregard for taxpayer dollars.
And now this video pops up.
This administration knew about this 11 months ago, and they didn't act until the press got wind of it.
A spokesman for GSA today called the video another example of the complete lack of judgment exhibited during the conference. Our agency continues to be appalled by this indefensible behavior. Of course, 2 years ago, GSA had a different take on the young man's tape.
Commissioner for a day.
He won an award.
Diane, in addition to the GSA administrator resigning, 4 regional commissioners have been put on leave, including the one who wanted this conference to be over the top at a time that unemployment was almost over 10%. Diane?
All right, Jake Tapper at the White House with the tape.
Mr. Chaffetz is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Johnson, with who did you collaborate the development of your testimony that was submitted? Did you collaborate with anybody in the development of your testimony?
I wrote my testimony and I discussed it with my lawyer.
Anybody at the White House?
No.
Anybody within the GSA?
No.
Question about why not fire Mr. Neely? You know, he's still being paid by the taxpayers. He's on administrative leave. He's still taking a salary. This is somebody who took a conference with a budget of $250,000 and made it over $800,000, spent $75,000 on a bike building exercise where we built a grand total of 25 bicycles for $75,000, $2,000 in-room party, yearbook and a souvenir book at a cost of $8,000 to the taxpayer, $6,000 for the stimulus coins that were given out at one of the 2 $30,000 parties that were given. And keep in mind, there are only 300 people at this, and a top hat program, a recognition program that has fraud. So my question is to the Chief of Staff, why is he still an employee of the United States government?
My understanding is that disciplinary action has been begun against several individuals involved in planning and executing the Western Regional
Why does it take so long? You were given this report in February, correct?
Yes, correct.
What does it take to actually be fired from the GSA?
There's a longstanding due process that career employees are entitled to as part of their employment. We've begun that process among other disciplinary actions for several individuals that were involved in planning and execution of this conference.
My question is, why did he get a bonus? Didn't the President of the United States issue a pay freeze?
I wasn't part of that decision.
You're the Chief of Staff. You're telling me you're not involved in any sort of bonuses.
I was not involved in that bonus.
Who was?
The Administrator, and there's a performance
Ms. Johnson,
management review.
why were you giving out bonuses when the President said there was a pay freeze?
The senior executives were entitled to bonuses under our, were entitled to bonuses. I don't believe the pay freeze affected those bonuses.
Would the gentleman yield for just one question?
As long as it doesn't take some of my time.
The gentlelady just seemed to say entitled. I thought it was that they were possibly going to be granted. Entitlement seems to be a question the gentleman may want to follow up on.
I apologize. I did not mean entitled.
Oh, I think you did mean entitlement. I think that's the fundamental problem that America gets and that government doesn't get. There are a lot of good Federal employees who work hard, they're patriotic, and they're frugal with their money. But when you see this widespread abuse of money, and then you as the former administrator, say, well, they were entitled to it, that's where there's frustration just steaming out of our ears. It is totally unacceptable. And for the President of the United States to look the American people in the eye and say, well, we got a pay freeze in place while you're getting bonuses and going on trips is totally unacceptable. Tell me about, let's look at the budget here. If you could put up the budget graphic. Is there anything wrong with this number that you see over here? 3.8, that should be $1 billion spent by the administration. These are outlays in the first 3 years. If there's anything wrong that you see with that graphic, please let me know. This is the last 3 years of the Bush administration, the first 3 years of the Obama administration. I'm going to continue on. If you want to get back to me, that would be great. Ms. Johnson, can you tell me about results.gov? You highlighted it as one of the great accomplishments of the GSA. What does it do?
The results.gov, among other online websites, allows Federal government employees as well as U.S. citizens to look at and access data about their government.
So when I type in www.results.gov, why does it come up blank?
I don't know, sir.
Mr. Robertson, you're the Chief of Staff.
I'm unfamiliar with the results.gov website.
So you're citing, now this is the disconnect. You're the Chief of Staff. She's the former administrator. She cites it as one of just a handful of great accomplishments at the GSA, and you don't even know what it is?
I believe that the former administrator's reference to data was about data.gov, but
That's not what she said. She said results.gov, and it's blank. It's blank. It's something that actually the Bush administration does, but I don't see it there. I didn't even go to it until you highlighted in your testimony, and I'd appreciate the GSA getting back to us. I think that's terribly unacceptable. Location solvers. My understanding, Mr. Robertson, is that the GSA employs people that are full-time planning coordinators. Is that correct?
That's my understanding, yes.
Okay, so in this particular instance, Location Solvers is hired, and they were rewarded a $12,000 finder fee. Why are we hiring full-time people to be party planners only to go out and hire a service that then gets a $12,000 commission? Don't you think they would have given that commission back to the American taxpayers if we'd done this directly?
And I do not understand that action either. That was one of the outlines.
I struggle to figure out what you do understand and what you do know. You're the Chief of Staff. We expect you to understand these things. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.